a couple of requests that came in from various people that they feel that things have come up in their life and they can't quite make the first deadline that they had indicated. Well, that's perfectly okay. In this course, you set the deadlines for yourself for the 5 units, and you can replan those deadlines anytime you want to, up through the 7th week. Now, why the 7th week? Well, because that's so late in the term already that there isn't really much time to replan things after that. So if you do need to replan things, if you're going to miss your first deadline, you don't really have to ask for permission. Just turn in a revised schedule on another copy of the confirmation form. I would encourage you, if you're going to miss the first deadline, that you not just change that date to something later and ignore the others. Take a look at everything that remains now that you have a better idea of the workload in the course and you have a better idea of what your own personal schedule is like for the remainder of the term. We are today at the point where 2 weeks of the 10 weeks of the term are over. That means 20% is gone. So if you're going to replan at this time, take a look at all of the remaining dates. You might want to adjust all of them, or at least some of them, beyond just the one coming up, so that you come up with a better plan for yourself, and then do set up your own personal calendar in such a way that you dedicate enough time to meet the replacement deadlines. Now, that doesn't preclude you from replanning again, but you want to take the opportunity to take a comprehensive look at these things and actually come up with a plan that works for you. That's the whole intention of having you plan your due dates. It's unproductive for me to have to okay every request for a missed deadline and such, and that's why I attempt to get around that sort of administrivia by letting you plan and replan your own deadlines. I'm much more interested in having you complete the work successfully than in having you meet some arbitrary deadline. This is an online course. All the lectures are out there, all the learning materials are there. I think this is one of the real advantages of online learning. We don't have to have everybody march to the beat of the same drum as we would if we had the artificial constraint of me giving lectures in person and everybody having to be at the same point in their learning. That's one of the kinds of things we can cast off when we cast off the physical classroom. I think this sort of learning, especially for this subject matter, fits much better with a student's life if you get a chance to plan things similar to the way that you probably plan other things in your life. There are things you can slide deadlines around on, and you can make your time more efficient by fitting things in best. I really don't see any reason why education can't be the same, at least for this kind of subject matter. So take the opportunity to replan your dates if you need to. Take some pressure off yourself. Just make sure that you leave enough time for yourself to actually get all the work done. Don't run yourself out of time, because the end of the term is the end of the term. That's a date that I can't play with, especially in the spring term when graduations come up and the school pushes me to get grades in so that they can know who's graduated and who hasn't. So I hope this takes a little bit of pressure off. I'm anxious to see your work. Please turn it in as soon as you complete it. I'll be happy to grade it and give you feedback and the chance to revise and resubmit it.